This offseason was pretty freaking busy, and I'm not just talking about the transfer window. Between the FIFA Club World Cup and a couple other competitions I wasn't even aware of we were in, the guys really didn't have a lot of downtime. On the other hand, we spent money like we're running out of it. And frankly, we're not running out of it. I still have over 100 million euros left, but we spent a ton of money, which means we sold a few players as well. Busy transfer window. Today, it's a summer review, the transfer window, and we see who we're playing in the Champions League group stage. My name is FM20, and this is Forza Milan, episode 18. So yeah, I'm not real sure where to begin, so I guess we'll just have to go to the top. We somehow made it to the FIFA Club World Semi-Cup final. I think it's because we won the Champions League or we won Serie A. I'm not quite sure. And this was one of those things where, let me go back here, season real quick. If you scroll down to the bottom. So we had the group stage, the 17th and the 24th, and then the 26th and the 30th. Was the semifinal, and we absolutely thumped Tottenham 8-2. I couldn't make this up if I tried. Suso brace, Kurzawa goal, Romagnoli goal, Hernandez a goal, Tonali a goal, Piatek a goal, Vignato a goal. 35 shots, 13 on target, 11-5. Something tells me Tottenham really didn't take this too seriously. I mean, they're starting Victor Fischer as their starting striker, which isn't necessarily bad, but it's not good either, seeing as how last season he had 3 goals and 12 starts. So yeah, they really weren't taking it seriously. I, on the other hand, just clicked go and watched the team dominate Tottenham. So we won our group. We played Bayern in the quarterfinal, and we thumped them. Well, we didn't thump them. We beat them 2-2 on penalty kicks. We beat Tottenham. And then this season, we beat Barcelona 5-1. This was just, and they started a really good squad. Griezmann, Fati, Messi, De Jong, Umtiti, Telles, Ter Stegen in goal, Kessier goal, Leao brace of goals, Arezzo a goal, Suso a goal. Griezmann had a goal in the 83rd minute to kind of sort of make the score look close, but it really wasn't. We had 23 shots, 13 on target. They're 10-6. We just absolutely dominated them. And, we won the Club World Cup final. And then, of course, I got a new assistant manager this year. I let Morelli go, and I brought in Rui Pedro Silva, whom I liked because he's really good tactically, and he has good playability and potential, and he's a decent man manager. I have my assistant coach handle the not the shouts, but the instructions and things like that, and the team tactical briefings and so on and so forth. And Morelli was he was good, but he was out of contract, and this guy was better. So that's why I brought him on. I also have him in charge of the friendlies, which is why we had, 3, 6, 9, 10 friendlies, in addition to playing the Super Cup. But the good thing about that was everybody got a lot of starting time. So between the A squad and the B squad and some of the C squad guys, we had a really good friendly season. Yeah, we had a couple losses. The one to Lazio hurt. The one to Bayern Munich was okay, but it is what it is. I mean, we had a solid win against Juventus. We absolutely thrashed Branyanka, who are they are a Portuguese team, but they are Prio, which means second tier. We went there and we got paid a little bit of money for it. We did win our first game against Fiorentina, but I'm not going to show you that in a minute because I have to show you the transfer window. We still have 149 million euros left in our transfer budget, and we still have 150,000 euros left on our payroll budget. Released players, we just had one, Andrea Capone, who was a youth player. Free transfers, Capani, Musacchio, and Grassi left. The only one really of consequence was Musacchio, but we knew he was leaving in the January transfer window. He went to Zenit. Andrea Sala, who was actually here on a loan, was available. My scout found him, and I just brought him on because I needed depth on my under-18 squad. And then Case Ruiz, a scout found. I brought him in on trial. I liked what I saw, 19 years old, advanced midfielder on the left. Has some potential. I think this 2.5 star is a little bit low. He was 3.5 star when my scout scouted him. Loan deals. These are all the players we loaned out. The one to kind of keep your eye on is Alessandro Plazzari. He is my young backup keeper. 2.5 star current ability, 3.5 star potential ability. If I didn't have Donnarumma, he'd be the goalkeeper of the future. He's going to Hellas Verona on loan. They're paying a monthly fee, plus they're covering his wages as well. He was their starting keeper last season, and he got them back into Serie A. He had a really good season for him. 40 appearances, 33 allowed goals, 20 shutouts, 3 players in the match for a 6.81 average rating. He's our first team keeper again this year, so he's getting a lot of really good development time. Dabo went out to Leganes. They made an offer for him, and he really wanted to go. One more season. I think this will be the last season he'll be on loan, and then he'll come back and be a full-time starter here. Daniel Maldini, who's my young winger with a lot of potential, went to Spal as a starter. Matteo Sanson, who is my third goalkeeper, who also has 3.5 star potential, went to where do you go? Cosenza as the starter there. And everyone else is all youth players. So Brat Jamizdi went to Nice because he wanted to leave. Ivo Mamini, who is a young striker with a lot of potential. I think I may have highlighted him last year when I brought him in. He is at Velez as their starter. So, be prepared to be shocked. That's all I'm going to say. We sold 158 million euros worth of players. We bought 275 million euros worth of players. First, on the outs, Alberto Barraza went to Cagliari. Christoph Piatek went to Chelsea, 49 million euros, going up to 53 million. Andre Silva went to Bayer Leverkusen for 27 million. Riyad Tahar, who was a youth player, went to Atalanta for 82,000. Tommaso Pobega, who was a 21-year-old midfielder who was never going to see first-team playing time, went to Ascoli for 2 million. Madia Caldera went to Krasnodar for 12.25 million. Theo Kerr, who wanted a new contract and then wanted 250,000 euros a week. I sent to Tottenham for 35.5 million. This was actually a really good deal for us. He's a solid defensive center back, but he's not 250,000 euros a week. We got him from PSG for 6.5. We turned around and sold him for 35.5. I'm quite happy with that. Suso had a 40 million euro release clause, and a couple of teams, including Tottenham, came after him, and he was not interested in talking to him. But because they met his release clause, the board accepted it, and then he turned them down. He didn't take their contract. I went to him and offered him a new contract, and he said, no, there's these other teams interested in me. PSG came in, made an offer for him. They kind of lowballed me. They were asking like 22, 24. I got him up to 28, and Suso left. Frank Sajat, who, if you were here for my Bastia save in FM19, you might remember. He's a striker he's not a Serie A striker. He's a very good Serie C and average Serie B striker. He went to Siena for 175,000 euros. And then Kevin Bonifaci, who was just not happy with his playing time here. Fortuna Düsseldorf made an offer for him, and he went for 4.1 million euros. I think we lost money on him. No, we made money on him. Okay. Anyhow, on the ends, we're getting the band back together. Borja Mayoral comes to us from Real Sociedad. 50 million euros going to 52, 3.5 star current ability, 3.5 star potential ability. He's one of those players I really, really like. And as you can see, we've played one game in Serie A. He's got a hat trick. You can't beat that with a stick. There's nothing really exceptional about him. He's okay physically. He's okay mentally. I mean, his leadership and positioning could use some help, but everything else, it's solid. The technical ability, it's good where it counts. 15 first touch, 16 finishing, 13 dribbling, 14 technique. With the 16 work rate and the 16 aggression, he is a really good advanced forward. He's a hat trick's worth of goals for me. And I probably overpaid for him, but at the same time, I needed a replacement for Piatek and someone who could come in and spell Arezzo. And if you're looking over on the right there, you'll see who else I brought in, but we'll get to that in a minute. Mamini I brought in from Jamizzi La Plaza for 6.5 million, and then he went out on loan. Argentinian, 2-star current ability, 4.5-star potential ability, really good physically. The natural fitness could use some work. The mentals, the aggression and concentration need some work. I'll be the first to admit that. But I like the decision making, the determination. The off the ball is nice. So is the vision. The dribbling, finishing, and first touch are all great. The technique is great. He's got some work to do, but then again, he's 18 years old. He's got plenty of time to grow into the role. Ruben Diaz. I needed, with Kerr leaving, I needed some backup. All right, with Kerr leaving, I needed a starter on the defensive line, and I wanted to replace Kerr with someone better. Ruben Diaz was listed by request, and I made an offer, and Tottenham wanted $84 million for him straight up. I offered $70 million plus 84 in incentives, and Ruben Diaz came in. 4-star current ability, 4-star potential ability, broke his leg in the 64th minute of the very first game we played. Out 4 to 5 months, or 3 to 5 months. You know, what can you do? Really good physically, really good mentally. The off the ball is a little concerning, but, you know, he's 24 years old. Technically, as a defensive center back, he's absolutely, I'm not going to say brilliant, but he's very, very good. 15 heading, 16 marking, 15 passing, 15 tackling, 13 technique, 16 work rate, 17 positioning, 16 teamwork, 17 anticipation, 18 aggression, agility, balance, stamina, strength are all fabulous. He's a ball-playing defender of the highest caliber. I paid a lot of money for him, and I was happy to pay a lot of money for him. I'm paying him 30,000 euros less than Kerr wanted, for crying out loud, and he's here for 5 years. He's just spending 4.5 months on the bench because of a broken lower leg. I needed some depth on the defensive center backs side, so Mikita Berta comes to us from Napoli. He was transfer listed by request. 26 years old, 2.5-star current ability, 2.5-star potential ability, and this is one of those players who, yeah, his star rating is not the best. I mean, 2.5 stars, 2.5 stars. You don't think that's brilliant by any stretch of the imagination, but when you click on what he does and you highlight the areas he's supposed to be good in, he's solid. And that's what I'm looking for. Somebody who can come in, sits back, plugs the gap, tackles people, passes off really well, and he does that. There's no real weakness to Berta. There's nothing exceptional about him either. And maybe paying 28 million euros for him was a bit much, but at the same time, you know, he's good. You know, he's just not great. And frankly, that's what I needed. I needed replacements for Suso and Rodrigo. The first person in, Yannick Carrasco, who was over in China. I paid 35 million euros for him, going up to 47 million euros based on appearances. I like this guy because he can play the left and the right. He's solid physically. He's solid mentally. Technically, he's really good where it counts. I mean, he's not a tackling machine by any stretch of the imagination, but he's a really good dribbler. He's got nice first touch. He's got good crossing. He's a decent corner kick taker. His passing is nice. The technique is fabulous. The off the ball is fabulous. The flair is really good too. The pace is nice. The acceleration is nice. He's a capable replacement for Suso on the right side. 3-star current ability, 3-star potential ability. And Diego Jota was listed by Wolves. And I sat there and I thought, I'm not going to be able to get Rodrigo. Real Madrid wanted like 168 million euros for him. And while I have 168 million euros for him, I don't want to blow that on one player. Diego Jota, on the other hand, Wolves wanted 93 million for him. I got him down to 85, going to 93 based on appearances. I needed someone who was really good on the left to replace Rodrigo. Plus, he can also fill in as a striker. And he's okay on the right and in the center. 24 years old, 3-star current ability, 3.5-star potential ability. Really good physically, really good mentally, decent technically. He's a good dribbler. He's a good passer. He's good on the technique. The off the ball is nice. The determination I love. The flair is nice, as is the aggression. The acceleration and agility are nice. 5'10". You would have thought he would have been more stars, but this is one of those guys. He's kind of the advanced midfielder version of Berta. 3-star current ability, 3-star potential ability is solid. The other thing I like, he fits in really well. He's a great trainer. He's elite. You know, he came in, he fit in right away. And that, I believe, let me check something here. No future transfers. The youth players all left. Their contracts weren't renewed. Didn't have any exchange transfers. So yeah, 275 million in, 159 million out. And that is actually not bad. I mean, considering Silva never played for us, he was always up in Germany and he wasn't going to find a place on the squad. Perez wanted to go out on loan, so I let him go out on loan. We didn't really lose anybody of consequence that we didn't replace. Piatek, maybe, but I think Yoda and Piatek kind of offset each other, although we did pay out the notes for Yoda. Actually, Mayoral and Piatek offset each other, and the money was about the same. I think, yeah, Piatek went for 49 going to 53. Mayoral went for 50 and going up to 52. Kara leaving, we got good money for him. Suso leaving, we didn't get value for him, but he's a leader. He really wanted to go, and I don't want to upset the locker room. So, getting back to the schedule, as you can see, our first game was against Fiorentina, and we did really, really good. And I clicked on the wrong freaking thing again. So, here we go. Borja Mayoral, a brace of goals. 49th, 70th, 87th minutes. Arezzo, a goal in the 71st minute. Ruben Diaz went out in the 66th minute with a broken leg. That was mildly disconcerting. Kessie got a 3-week vacation because of all the international games and everything like that. He was absolutely shattered. And that is pretty much it. Not a whole heck of a lot going on, except today is the Champions League group draw. So we're going to do that and figure out who we're playing and when we're playing, and then we're going to figure out what our schedule is going to be going forward. So, back to the group draw in just a bit. And here we go. We've been seated first for the draw, so our coefficient has really gone up. Barcelona, Liverpool, we are Group C. Zenit is in D. Bayern Munich is E. PSG is F. Sevilla is G. And Benfica is Group H. Why is Sevilla first? Did they win last? No, they finished 5th. So Barcelona, Sevilla. Why is Sevilla? Because they beat Tottenham in the Europa League, amongst other things, so their coefficient went up as well. Okay. Manchester United is in Group A. Juventus is in Group B. Arsenal is in Group C with us. Atletico is in Group D. Ajax is in Group E. Real Madrid, Group F. Lyon, Group G. Manchester City, Group H. Bayer Leverkusen is in Group A. Borussia Dortmund is in Group B. Valencia is in our group. Red Bull Salzburg is in Group D. Monaco is in Group E. Porto in F. Shakhtar in G. Celtic in H. Lazio is in Group A. I would consider that a very tough group. Group B, Galatasaray. That's a pretty tough group. Group C, Basel. Basel's going to be the whipping boy. It's going to be us and Arsenal, unless Valencia just manages to surprise Valencia. Leipzig, RB Leipzig is in Group D. I think that's going to be Atletico Madrid's group. Fenerbahce is in Group E. That is... Monaco finished 3rd last year. Ajax is... It's going to be between those three. I don't think Fenerbahce has a chance. Club Brugge is in Group F, while PSG and Madrid are coming out of that group. Copenhagen is in Group G. I think Lyon and Sevilla are going to come out. Shakhtar is good, but Lyon or Sevilla need to stumble for them to come out. And that leaves Inter going into Group H with Benfica and Man City. Group of Death would probably be Group B. Juventus, Liverpool, and Borussia Dortmund. We're in Group C. I like our chances. Fixture rearrangements, which means the schedule's been updated. You know what? We're going to skip a bunch of games. We're going to come back for... Arsenal and Parma. Arsenal and Parma. And we're going to skip a bunch of other games and come back and do Valencia and Basel back to back. Actually, that'll probably be a triple. Yeah, that might be just be a triple live comp. Valencia, Inter, and Basel. And then we will probably skip ahead. Once we play Basel, we'll know where we stand in the group and come back and do like the Tim Cup and Super Copa. So, you know, I'd be interested in your feedback on the transfers. I know we spent a lot of money, but we sold a lot of players too. And I think the players we got are more than capable replacements for the players that left. And I probably did overpay for Borja, and I probably overpaid for Iota. But, where we are right now, that's what we needed to do. Diaz, I really like him, but him getting injured was just a stab in the heart. Luckily, it missed. So, I do like this. This is a very cool graph telling you who you spent most of your money on. So, and then there was a screen a while back, which was income, which was very, very nice. And we're doing really well. Actually, let me go to the budget. You can see how well we're doing. A lot of this is TV money, and a lot of that is salary. A lot of this is the money out. But, we got 42 million in for Champions League TV revenue and Serie A TV revenue. We have an overall balance of 32.5 million euros, or 332 million euros. Debts and loans, we're still doing okay on. We got that one loan, which we're paying off €1 million a month. We did get a lot of really good sponsorships this season. 22 million for, in general, main kit, 75 million over 5 years, 64 million for an additional kit sponsor. So we're making money that way too. Projection, I think we'll be fine. And chances are this is going to be the last season of Forza Milan anyways. We're coming up on Christmas. That's going to be in 12 days. I'm recording this on the evening of the 13th. And one of my gifts from me to me was a new computer. And so the plan is to finish out Forza Milan and then get the new computer in and start my next series on the new computer. At one point in time, I was going to do a Road to Glory, but I'm thinking about doing like an Eastern European journeyman. Part of me wanted to do like an Asian journeyman, but I have a hard enough time with English words and European words. I just can't go around calling everybody Kim or things like that in Asia. Although I think that could be cool going down the road. But, I'd be interested in your feedback on that. If you did like our transfer window, please let me know down below. If you didn't like the transfer window, please let me know down below. If you did like what you've seen and heard, please have a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, questions, criticisms, comments, and down below. I'll answer those as fast as I can. My name's FM20, and I thank you for watching Forza Milan, Episode 8.